So after that tremendous 1-2-5 race, we're here now with the 250s for their first moto. Number 4, Monique Bevorts, up goes the 15-second board. Keep an eye out for number 5. There he is, Kurt Nickel, riding the all-new HRC engine Honda. The gate will drop. Who's it going to be that gets that hold shot? Will it be Nickel? Into the right-hander they go, into the valley for the first time, and the answer is yes, it's the Brit, Kurt Nickel. Stefan Everts back there in third. That looks like DeWitt in second. There's Bevorts, number 4. Well, two teammates there from Chesterfield Yamaha, Bob Moore and Bartolini colliding. But it's Kurt Nickel then from DeWitt, Everts, Voland and number 17, Paul Cooper. Then Bevorts, Byra and the two Chesterfield men, Bob Moore and Bartolini. Then number 70, Leon Gisbers. Looked like Robbie Herring there, number 12, and I think he had Carlson, his teammate, right behind him. But we've got a change in the front. DeWitt has gone into the lead. This is great, great stuff. Great 250 racing. No one could ask for more. Robbie Herring on the RWJ's Honda there. Up the hill goes DeWitt, and Everts looks to have gone through as well with Voland and then Nickel behind him. So Nickel must have made a mistake. The two JHK Silklin Kawasaki runners together, second and third. And Everts goes going after the lead. Nickel on the HRC Honda. There's Byra, the German. Then Bevorts. Behind Bevorts, it's Cooper on the SoCal Honda. Then 41, Bob Moore. That's Leon Gisbers. And then Rob Herring behind him. They are really beginning to clash handlebars at the moment. Voland third, Nickel fourth. And it looks like we've got a change at the front, mate. Well, there's DeWitt now third. So that looks like Everts has gone into the lead with Voland behind him. So the two Kawasaki's now lead Moto 1 of this British 250 Grand Prix. Everts it is from the American Talon Voland. Nickel goes back up into third. DeWitt drops to fourth. So Kurt Nickel decided that he's doesn't wish to follow everybody else. He wants to get back out in front, and can he do it? There is the Belgian, Stefan Everts, out in front. Talon Voland, his teammate, the American, number 8 behind him. Then it's Kurt Nickel, the British rider. Then DeWitt. Then it's Byra, the German. Hard charging Pit Byra. We'll expect more sparks from Byra before this one is over. Nickel looks over his shoulder. It's Byra that's behind him. The two Johnson BFE teammates, DeWitt and Bevorts together. Everts, it is. Voland second. And the team manager will be more than happy with this if it stays this way to the checkered flag. There's DeWitt, number 6. And there's a real scrap beginning to develop between the two Chesterfield Yamaha men. Bob Moore, 41. Andre Bartolini, number 11. Remember, they collided on the first lap, but they are scrapping tooth and nail at the moment. There's no team orders. As first, second and third. And look at Byra. I said that he hadn't finished yet, and he's having a crack at the Brit, Kurt Nickel. Now, has that HRC engine that Nickel had installed at the beginning of the week in the bike got the power up the hill? I think it has. There's the leader, Everts, down the hill. Second place man, his teammate, Talon Voland, second. And Nickel, listen to the crowd, encouraging Nickel to go quicker. Bevorts now up into 5th, it would seem. We seem to have lost DeWitt. We've not lost this man. Everts it is. It isn't the first time that Stefan Everts has led a race here at Fox Hills Motor Park. Came to a national here a couple of years ago, won both the races clearly in very much the same conditions that the track is in today. Byra still chasing Nickel. Watch these two up the hill. Bevorts comes down, and here is Stefan Everts then. He takes the win. 20 points go to Kawasaki and to Belgium. Second place, it's his teammate, number 8, Talon Voland. Third, it's Byra. Byra gets past Nicol. Nicol finishes 4th. I don't think he'll be that happy with that result. Bevort comes home in 5th. 6th place then for the first of the two Chesterfield Yamaha men, the American Bob Moore. Then Werner de Wit on the Suzuki. So then in first position. Well, the celebrations of that historical win from Paul Malin in the 125, the 250s are back on the line, the gate drops. Here they go, can Kurt Nicol do it for Britain once again? Everybody appears to have got safely around, and it looks like Nicol the leads. Yes, indeed. Nicol, Everts, Bevorts think there was 3rd. Nicol number 5, Everts number 2, Bevorts number 4. Then, yes indeed, it's Everts' teammate Volan, 4th. As they scream up the chalk hill for the first time in this second moto at this 250 British Grand Prix, it's Kurt Nicol then that leads the pack at the moment. Somebody down in the corner, it's a bit of a bottleneck down there. The yellow flag frantically being waved, but they all appear to have got through. And Everts looks to be having a nibble on the inside. And then on the other side, has he got him? Is it Everts or is it Nicol? And it's Everts. The Belgian decided he doesn't want to waste any time. He wants the lead and he's away. And look at Voland. Then it's Bartolini. There's Bob Moore, his teammate. But Stefan Everts, Kurt Nicol, Talon Voland and Bevort to the top 4. And just listen to the crescendo of those air horns. Kurt Nicol and Voland's off. Talon Voland dropped it at the bottom of the hill. And the places are dropping away. Robbie Herring with his teammate Yogi Collison just gone through as he picked the bike up. But it is Everts that goes into the lead. And Kurt Nicol, 2nd. Bevorts. And there's the German Byra. He's the danger man. An absolutely little bulldog of a rider, gets his teeth into it. De Wit there behind him, then it's Bartolini, then it's Moore, then Gisbers, then Carlson. But Everts has decided that he wants to make this a double header, I think. Barring a mistake or mechanical breakdown, I really think there's no one going to stop him. It started to rain. There's Nicol and Byra up to 3rd. Remember the first race, these two locked it handlebar to handlebar. Looks like they're going to do it again. Can Nicol stay out there in front? The rain has started to fall. This will change track conditions. Nicol still 2nd, but where's the German? And the answer is there, 61 Byra. Then it looks like De Wit. Then Bartolini, but where has Bevorts gone? We've lost Bevorts. Bevorts has gone end over one of the jumps just beside our commentary tower. Walking back to the paddock, he seems to be okay. So that's one down and a few more to go, but Byra there in 3rd place. You can see the distance. De Wit, the remaining BFE Johnson Suzuki rider in this second race. Bartolini behind him. Bob Moore, Gisbers and Rob Herring, number 12 on that RWJ's Honda is up there. There's Voland. Picked himself up, he's way down the field at the moment, have a lot of work to do to get himself back up into some reasonable point scoring position. As the rest of the field stream through, we're back at the front. It's still Everts, Nicol and Byra. Then De Wit, Werner de Wit having a tremendous ride. You can see the umbrellas are out, it's begun to rain, not too heavily at the moment, but that will certainly make track conditions a little slippery. Nicol, now look at Byra closing in. We're going to see another confrontation between these two before the end of this race is over, that's for sure. Everts, totally unaware of what's going on behind him and probably doesn't really care because he's out in front for the second time of asking today. The team manager De Groot will be happy with the result so far. 1 and 2 in race 1. He's got a 1 in race 2 at the moment. 41 Bob Moore. It's not been his best day here. Last time Moore rode a 250 Grand Prix at Foxhills, he got injured and damaged his ankle quite badly. Moved over to the 125 category the year later and then went out and won that, became the world champion. Anyway, there is Nicol, still trailing second behind Everts, and Byra is still there with DeWitt. No change at the moment in the top 4. As you can see, as the rain comes down, it's getting just a little bit misty. What is somewhat slightly detuning a fabulous weekend of motocross racing here at Foxhills. Everts, uncatchable at the moment in these conditions. He looks so smooth. We're looking back for Kurt Nicol, and Nicol makes a mistake at the bottom of the hill. Has he let Pit Byra through? There's the leader, Stefan Everts. And look at, they're at it again, these two. Byra all over the back of the HRC Honda of number 5, Kurt Nicol. They have provided us with some superb corner-to-corner racing, and I really don't think it's all over yet. Certainly not between those two. Nicol, the Englishman down the hill. Byra, the German, in his tracks, giving no quarter whatsoever. Tyson Volan there, that's the brother of Talon Volan, here to give his brother some useful tips and advice. Well, there is brother Voland, Talon Volan, picking his way slowly back through the field after crashing on those opening laps. Well, here comes Stefan Everts, his teammate, that's Talon Volan's teammate of course, making no mistakes. So smooth, Everts. Has to be tipped to possibly become the new 250 world champion, although as I say, don't count your chickens until they're hatched. There goes Nicol, he's pulled a gap over the German Byra. So hopefully Nicol can stay out of trouble now. There's DeWitt, still back there in 4th. It's a lonely 4th at the moment. Bartolini still behind him, the first of the 2 Chesterfield men. That's the Yamaha Chesterfield men. And Byra has got back on the back end of the HRC Honda of Nicol. So as we said earlier, a little bulldog is going for the inside line. He's got him, I think. We're back with the leader, Stefan Everts, but what's going on for second and third? Has Byra stuck it on Nicol? I think he has, yes. There is the German. There's the Brit, Kurt Nicol. So as we said and predicted, the sparks are still flying between those two. 4th place then, number 6, Werner DeWitt on the Bieffi Suzuki Johnson's machine. 11, Bartolini on the Chesterfield Yamaha. Down the hill comes the leader, JHK Silkeling Kawasaki, Stefan Everts, former World 125 champion, hoping at last maybe to make a number 1 plate in the 250 category. We've still a few Grand Prix to go, and as we've seen in previous years, anything can happen in the closing stages. But he's won this one. It's a victory wheelie for Stefan Everts. It's Byra then that comes home second. Hopefully it'll be number 5, Kurt Nicol for 30. Yes, it is. So that puts Nicol on the podium. DeWitt finishes 4th. Bartolini finishing 5th. Moore finishing 6th.